Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and here's me boat. And today we're in SSN-590, that's the USS Sculpin. She is a Skipjack-class vessel, and she is being pressed into service as a weapons and sonar testing suite. It's the year 2000.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is cavitating.
It's March the 7th, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we have detected some plan units, PLAN, People's Liberation Army Navy, some Chinese. Let's take a look, shall we? This could get a little interesting.
Con, helm, steady course.
So we identified just a couple of hands.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Let's check the depth. There's no layer to hide under. That's a little disappointing. Okay, well, we know that there's a bunch more out there. There's up to 15, and it's likely that we're going to come across 15 targets today because that's how the game likes to roll. Weapon load, as far as we're concerned, well, we've got the Mark 52. It's the Mod 0. That's the, we know it and love it as the stealth torpedo. It's been featured on the channel a few times. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's an interesting weapon to work with, and it does have its moments when it can be a real piece of nasty work for the enemy. We also have a Sea Lance. We've only got one of each of these on board. That's a rocket-launched light torpedo. It drops a Mark 46, hopefully on the head of the enemy. And then the rest of the weapons are a mix of Mark 48, Mod 1s and Mod 3.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 113, designated Sierra 3.
Now the Mod 1...
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
That's the original weapon, the original production version, I should say, of the Mark 48. So it was introduced in 1973. And the Mod 3 was introduced about 4 years later, 1977. Neither of these are ADCAPs. That's, I think, Mod 6, potentially, the Mod 4, depending where you look, where you read. So we don't have ADCAPs. That puts
Con sonar, new contact bearing 103, designated Sierra 4.
That puts it at a bit of a disadvantage. But not massively so, because even the Mod 0 Mark 48s, I wish we don't have any of those, but they are even...
Make depth 4, 5, 8, dive 5.
They're a very effective weapon. Now, I'm looking at the terrain. To my port side, we've actually got shallower water, and I'm looking like those hand classes are in shallower water. Now, I got a choice here of how and what I can fight with. Part of me is thinking, fire off a Mark 48 right now, get it on the way. They will know where we are, but we'll also know where they are. And once I've got my Mark 48 on the way, I can keep that stealth torpedo, or we can use that as well. You see, I'm going to get detected. They have improved kilos, they have songs, they have Mings, they have Romeos, they have hand classes. They've got lots of different types out there. And certainly some of them got pretty decent sensors. The improved kilo was probably, maybe the song has got the best sensor suite. Most of these boats are quieter than me. And this guy's also coming out to periscope depth as well. This is Sierra 4. I'm going to pop my sensors up.
Up to go.
He might be doing the same thing as me, which is letting HQ know. Oh yeah, I think he is. Let's take a look. Well, he's gone one more. He's actually coming up to the surface, so I am only supposing he thinks I don't have any harpoons. I don't. That would be a great target. Kill one of these guys with a harpoon. Of course, I'd give away my location, but okay. Right, let's get back to task here. I'm gonna get my sensors down. So
Lower the radar mast.
doesn't look like they can detect where I am.
Con, dive at 4, 5, 8, dive 5.
It's possible that he's not going to detect this launch. I'm going to go ahead and just get a cheeky Mark 48 out.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Now I say it's possible. The Mark 48.
Con sonar,
okay.
launch transient from Master 4.
They
Con sonar, launch transient from Master
Okay.
4.
He was not the closest target by a long shot. I am now going to have to do something a little... Yes,
Con sonar,
okay.
Sierra 5 is classified as...
I'm gonna
Come
run.
right to 286. Helm I.
Well closer than I hoped. So I'm going to get myself up to 20 knots originally.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Let's get another weapon out, I think.
Con sonar, Sierra 6 is cavitating.
Let's go ahead and do a 5,500 yard blast.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 10.
Oh yeah, lots
Con
of see how they
maneuvering,
all just
making turns for
weirdly disappear.
20 knots. Con, helm,
6,000 yard
steady
up
course.
here.
Shoot 22.
Right, let's go
Make
myself up to
turns
flank.
for 3 knots. Maneuvering
Get my
on.
depth down to 700 feet. I don't need to go deep, but it's going to help the cavitation.
Make depth 700 feet.
It'll
Dive
be a
by.
little quieter, which is good.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Right, let's get some more torpedoes loaded. Okay. Now, why am I running? Well, have you seen how many there are? No, seriously. The reason why I'm running is because my weapons are generally longer range than theirs. Now, I don't want to run too much. I want to try and stay more or less in touch with where they are. That's going to be a challenge because the problem I have is my sensors are not great. So what that means is that I might know where they are, roughly know where they are, but not be able to detect them. So it
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
does give me a bit of a challenge. When I run, I extend the range that their torpedoes have to go.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
If they follow me, which they are wont to do, they're going to be coming into my torpedoes, and we've got a few fish in the water, just ready to get them.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 094.
What I would like to do is almost use my
Con maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots.
stealth torpedo as a bit of a poison pill. Let's go ahead and
Come left to
see if we
265.
need a bit
Helm
of
I.
cover here.
Con, helm, steady course.
Yeah, so see how dead ahead there's a bit of a dip, there's a bit of a valley, and there's a rising section on the left. I
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 093.
don't think we can go deep enough to be able to use that as cover, but it's a plan I'm going to still explore because maybe this perspective's weird. And just because we can, let's take a look at what my torpedoes are doing. That's one of mine, that's one of theirs, that's one of theirs, that's one of theirs. There's 4 torpedoes in the water.
Con sonar,
Okay.
noisemaker bearing
5 torpedoes,
100.
6 torpedoes. Okay. Looks like they've got 6 out on me. See, I think this one is one of my Mark 48s that's possibly engaging that close contact.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 084.
So I see the noisemaker is in the distance here. This Mark 48 is tracking something, it looks like. It's turning slightly. Now, I can't detect it, but I've got my baffles. He's in my baffles.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 090.
The noisemaker is in the middle of the screen, so the Mark 48 is veering round it. And it's gonna... It may have detected something else. It's a target-rich environment, so I might want to get another torpedo out. Let's go ahead and chop it down to 20 knots.
Make
Slow
turns
things down.
20 knots.
This is the benefit of
Maneuvering
having
on.
extra range. It really helps. We'll get another torpedo out.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 100.
20 knots, so 20 knots right now. Let's get another torpedo
Con
out.
maneuvering, making turns
6,000 yards.
20.
Crank it up to flank speed again.
Make turns for 3
Watch
knots.
this Mark
Maneuvering on.
48 turn around and then go hunt. So if they are following me, which like I say they are want to do, I expect them to be following me. They've got this to contend with, and it also gives away their location because they're dropping noisemakers and possibly even knuckles. And all the while, I'm moving away and keeping the distance, extending the distance. I think I'm quicker than their fastest boat I am, which is the Hang. So they can't catch me, and instead they're just going to get bombarded at long range. The problem I have is this takes a long time. That's a problem that the video has, but if I slow down or get bogged down, I suddenly start playing Missile Command with torpedoes raining in, and I'm trying to scoot around the map, trying to find some cover or get away from these things. Then it just ends in tears.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 101.
It is amusing. Whoa. We got something. That's good. Oh, look at that. Is that a Romeo?
Con sonar, noisemaker,
Okay.
bearing 074.
So, we got one. We don't know where it is. Yes, so...
Con maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots.
So as I move around the map, these torpedoes will be hunting me. Now, I don't detect them right now, and I'm very happy not to. I've covered 6...
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 079.
That's about 6,000 yards. So, that's good. I live 6,000 yards.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 083.
Their torpedo has to cover to catch me, and the Chinese torpedoes are generally inferior to the American torpedoes in the year 2000, according to the game at least. So that tells me my torpedo has
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
a lot of
079.
sonar contacts. Let's take a look.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 073.
I'm going to try veering to port here to see if we get a bit of if we get anything on their torpedoes following me.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 087.
I see a few smudges in the distance, just above the
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 081.
above the back of my boat. And if they start to turn towards me, then they don't appear to be right now, and you might not see them through YouTube. If they turn towards me, it means that they've still got the wire attached. Now there's another torpedo also above the back.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 085.
That looks to have anticipated my turning. Okay. I'm going to turn back. We're going to have to go back and head again west.
Con sonar, no. Come right to 270. Helm aye.
Yeah, those torpedoes are getting pretty close. Let's actually not turn west. Let's try and keep turning away from them. There. And that other torpedo, yeah, it's still got the wire attached. So right now I'm pretty much fully defensive. It means that I'm going to slow down. Let's get a torpedo.
Make turns for 20 knots.
Another
Maneuvering
torpedo
on.
out here. So I want to send a torpedo to be east-southeast, I think. Because if
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
I'm able to
064.
threaten whatever is back here, I
Con maneuvering,
should.
making turns for 20
give them a
knots.
nice surprise.
Make turns for
I'm not going to
3
bother trying to guide this.
knots.
Let's get the thing
Maneuvering on.
reloaded immediately. Okay, so we detected Sierra 1, the sunk Han. Let's go back to me.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 078.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 torpedoes heading this way. So we are playing Missile Command here. And I don't think that my lone Mark 48's going to accomplish getting everyone on fully defensive, but it's a start. So these torpedoes, if they can reach me, are definitely a threat. Especially the ones that are wire guided. They're shortcutting the journey to me. Still, the Skipjack's fast.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 064.
Like I say, I don't know that YouTube will
Con
actually pick
sonar,
these up.
noisemaker, bearing 070.
Okay, let's get back to this view here. I'm gonna go ahead and run west now.
Con sonar, noisemaker, come right to 270. Helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
So that pattern would suggest that they've moved 4,000 yards to pursue me.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots.
Which is about right. And they are going to come under threat from my torpedoes as they approach. So, another quick scan of the torpedoes. Let's see what's hunting me. So that's one of
Con
mine.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Another one of mine.
064.
That's 3 of mine still out there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. They got 6 out against me, so I've still got 3 fish in the water.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 6, 7.
This is actually quite interesting. This thing is tracking something. Oh, it's in search mode, maybe. I think it's searching. Okay. So it's not threatening anything right now. And then this next one is running on the surface, I think. Tracking something or also searching? Or is it just circling? Oh, it's tracking
Con
something.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 6, 5.
Yeah, there's a noisemaker there. So this thing is actively pursuing at least one submarine. And let's switch back. There's a whole cluster of them now. I don't know if it's the one by itself, or if it's the whole cluster of torpedoes to the sort of north. But either way, the fact that these torpedoes are still being fairly effective is...
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 7, 0.
It's encouraging, yeah, so
Con
it's that
sonar,
cluster.
noisemaker, bearing 0, 6, 9.
Okay, let's keep it pegged. So we do lose the immersion when we look round and see what we can see, but I can see that there is a torpedo running to my south that I think, if I was the enemy, I'd be trying to box me in, and that's quite an effective technique. Now if I turn south, if it's still wire guided, I could be in a lot of trouble.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Got something
0,
else.
6, 6.
Okay, that must be the one on the surface then. Yeah, it's a Han. It's a known X-Han. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and chance it. I'm going to turn
Come left
quite
2,
aggressively south.
175, helm aye.
I do see a torpedo hunting me, heading south. Oh, see, there we go. Once we turn, we actually detect them. They would have eventually reached
Con,
me.
helm, steady course.
Turned out I'm almost notching them, but depending what they are, they may still pick me up. And then if
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 8, 3.
that other one that's...
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 0, 7, 1.
It's running a little south also detects me. I could be in a whole world of trouble. I can't dive to use this terrain. It's a shame, because if I was in a permit, or frankly anything else, US Navy, I could... That was a good effect. Alright, that tells me that they're out of range. I'm gonna
Make turns.
Rig ship for
run
ultra
onto
quiet.
pilot and aggressively kill
Con
my
sonar,
speed.
regained contact on Sierra 3,
Okay, let's see.
Make turns for 5
So
knots.
what do we know about
Maneuvering
Sierra 3? He can't hear me. I don't know how far he is. His bearing is 105.
Con sonar, new contact
What's the other
bearing
one there?
1, 0, 1.
like a
Designated Sierra 7.
And it looks like...
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
Yeah, that torpedo that was just reappeared is one of mine. It's my Mark 48.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 0, 6, 7. Designated Sierra 8.
So Hannon's fleeing that. A sensible
Con
chap.
sonar, new contact bearing 0, 9, 0. Designated Sierra 9.
Alright, so they're all coming out of the woodwork now.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 0, 9, 9. Designated Sierra 1, 0.
They've been pursuing me, and
Con sonar,
I've
lost
slowed down and
contact.
they
Sierra
haven't.
3, last bearing 1, 0, 6. Contact faded.
Or maybe they just did. Okay, that Mark 48 is now in seek mode. Let's...
Con sonar, lost contact. Master 4, last bearing 1, 0, 2. Contact faded.
Gonna head up to periscope depth.
Con,
Make depth 4, 5, 8, dive aye.
Okay, and let's accelerate time.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 0, 8, 2.
What's this? It's a Ming.
Con sonar, Sierra 1, 0 is classified as submerged submarine.
So it looks like that.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 1, 0, 5.
Okay, that's
Con
very
sonar,
interesting.
new contact bearing 0, 6, 4. Designated Sierra 1, 1.
So it does look like
Con sonar, Sierra 1, 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Possibly Sierra 8 has fired upon my Mark 48 moving from west to east.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive I.
Raise the ESM mast.
And that might have put Sierra 10, Sierra 3 or Sierra 7 in danger. Now we know that there are more boats than this. Well, we think there are more boats than this.
Downscope.
Okay. I am kind of happy with how this is panning out so far. They're all seemingly on the
Make
defensive.
depth 300 feet, dive I.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 8, last bearing 05
Sierra
7.
12.
Contact faded.
The Ming.
Con
Okay.
sonar Sierra 1, 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
So this whole scattering
Con,
effect.
dive at 300 feet, dive I.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 078.
Well, Sierra 3 is very close to the shore. I would not be surprised if this thing grounds itself, because
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 077.
AI can sometimes do crazy things like this. It's not why I chose this part of the map. These guys make a ton of noise. Okay, this is a good candidate to get a Mark 48 out here, I think, and try and target. Well,
Con
let's get
sonar
myself
regained
up
contact
to,
on Sierra 6 bearing 067.
myself up to
Con sonar
Make depth
Let's go depth
4-5
first.
feet, dive
Now,
I.
this Sierra 6 just reappearing here is a little concerning, because he may be quite a bit closer than we think. He might be a candidate for a stealth torpedo, or the stealth torpedo, I should say.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 077. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6 last bearing 065.
Alright, so as I get
Contact
up
faded.
to depth here, Sierra 10, Sierra
Con,
13
dive
are
at 4-5 feet, dive I.
kind of at the extreme range here. I can fire by all means, and I'm going to do so with the stealth torpedo. See if we can take these guys out at long range. It'd be very sweet if we can.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
I'm going to keep it line of sight. They're not going to detect it until some distance away, so we'll get my depth down again to maybe 350, 400 foot. We'll accelerate time here.
Passing 100 feet.
With it being such a quiet weapon, I don't feel
Passing 200
that
feet.
massive need to
Passing 300 feet.
to keep myself to try and disguise where this thing came from. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn.
Come left to 017 helm I.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn that way, so that we'll possibly get. So we're not.
Con helm steady course.
I'm not too bothered about them figuring out where that torpedo 1 came from, because it's 32,000 yards away. It's going to be not a big deal, I don't think. But I would like to be able to detect the rest of the torpedo, the rest of the submarines that are to my west-northwest. That's going to be a challenge, because right now they've just disappeared. They'll reappear if I fire a weapon, but I don't want to do that. Okay, not yet anyway. And I don't have a wire that I can connect to either. So we'll just merrily bubble along this way. And yeah. Mark 52 is now 8,000 yards away. Okay, I want to run it a little more towards their location, like so. Let's let things pan out. So I could pause the recording, but then something interesting will happen. But I will. I'll pause the recording. I'll be right back. Okay, look what I found. I don't actually know what I found, so I'm going to go ahead and ping the active sonar on this stealth torpedo, but it's acquired something. Running it north of this little island. Let's jump back at the torpedo. There you are. Hello. What are you? I don't think we can identify that right here, but it doesn't matter. It's an enemy submarine, and it's turned around, it's coming at me. There he is. Right, so he's just fired at me. Which, at the range that he's at... Oh, there's two of them. Okay, I'm going to use my sea allowance, I think.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 7 bearing.
I know there's been a ton of noise.
1.
Or just about to. But if this thing can hit something, that'd be fantastic. So the sea allowance then, it pops up to the surface, and I've modified it to the standard 200 foot, so it'll pop up from 400 feet or less. Once it breaks the surface, it fires off a rocket and puts itself on a ballistic profile towards the area that you gave it.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7 last bearing 1.
Kaboom.
1. Contact faded.
And what's interesting is that his buddy fired a torpedo at the same time. So there's two there. Well, there's now just one there. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, this weapon here, it doesn't entirely show a ballistic path. It gets as close as it can. So this thing is winging its way, and hopefully it's going to take out its buddy, as opposed to hit the wreck of the submarine that we've just
Con, torpedo room,
hit.
tube 6 ready.
And there's the oil slick from the destroyed submarine. And we know it's very close, it's just the far side. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, it doesn't need that much depth to release the Mark 46, because if it needs a bit of depth underneath it, we may have just wasted a shot, potentially giving away our location. There's the oil slick, so any second now, I think it should deploy, parachute, ditch the booster, and land in the ocean. Here we go. Alright, let's see. Please don't hit the ground. Oh. That's a shame. Alright, well, I can feed that back to the engineers, and that is, yeah, we kind of need a bit more depth, or maybe a warning label or a sticker that shows me that actually you've not got that much depth. Okay, well, that was a...
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
That was a bit of an excitement, but we still don't know where many of the enemy are. We've only taken out 3, and we've used that we know of. We've used a ton of torpedoes. So I'm going to get back into my accelerate time. We know there's another torpedo down there, and I guess it's one of those hands, but I can't realistically reach it. Can I? Can I reach it?
Con sonar regained contact
Probably
on
could.
Sierra 8 bearing 092.
We've no idea where the enemy machine's gonna be by the time my torpedo gets there. It's a long way to chance a Mark 48 shot. But I'm feeling kind of lucky. Have I got plenty? A few. I mean, I should have enough, right? Are there any Mark 48s? No, there's just none of them have fired. There's only that torpedo in the water. Okay, and we know that the Sierra 8 here is going to hear me launch. So if I fire this torpedo, it's going to give away my location. I'm going to have a scrap on my hands. But it is tempting just to try and get this thing off. I'm going to try it. What's the worst that happens? I really want to move the torpedo further south so it doesn't run into the island, but let's just fire it here.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Worst day ever. Alright, well, now we've got their attention.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir.
Come left 2.
Yep.
3.
Okay.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I think I want to run again. There's a lot of...
Con maneuvering.
there's a
Making
lot going
turns
on.
for 15 knots.
Passing 400 feet.
I'm going to run south, and we're going to run away. In fact, let's go back on my original heading. Like so, yeah.
Come left 2. 195.
There's
Helm aye.
stuff going on. Get you 3,000 yards away, like so. Actually, we really want to be shallower than this.
Con, fire
It's
control,
fine.
we've lost the wire.
Con sonar.
Okay,
Launch
now we know
transmit
where
from
Sierra A is.
8. Con sonar.
Passing 500 feet.
Oh, that's 40, and that's assault.
Con sonar. Sierra 1-4 is
Con helm. Steady course.
That's good to know. Okay, we're about at depth now. Yeah, we are. So I can
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
run it up to flank. I don't think there's any real benefit to keeping this torpedo wire. I can just run it. Yeah, let's just go to flank. We'll
Make
lose the
turns
wire,
for
but
3 knots. Maneuvering
I don't
aye.
think I'm in danger of this torpedo that we can detect. We can't detect it anymore. I think we'll be fine there. All right, we're running up to flank speed, and we're gonna flee from whatever is firing. And I wonder if it's the Sierra 14 that fired upon me just now. So I'd like
Con fire control, we've lost the
it
wire.
if we break his wire.
Passing 600 feet.
Okay, 600 foot's good enough for me.
Con sonar. Lost contact. Sierra 1-4. Last bearing 067. Contact faded.
So the reason why I'm running away, I've explained, is basically just to put a bit of distance between myself and the enemy torpedoes, but it looks like they may be anticipating this.
Con, torpedo
I think
room,
they
tube
are.
5 ready.
I'm going to actually run west.
Come right to 270. Helm
Let's
aye.
put some distance between me and them. Where's my original plan? It worked last time.
Con helm. Steady course.
We don't know how many we took care of, but I think it was 3 that we saw. Yeah, three that we were aware of. Yeah, it might be more or less. But
Con
3
maneuvering.
that we're
Making
aware
turns
of.
for 3 knots.
Okay, so we're running away at flank speed, running west. We're extending the range. Their torpedoes have to go to reach me, and if they follow me, which they're probably going to, we're going to make their life very difficult. So I will pause the recording and let the long-range jousting continue. I'll be back. Okay, that's the second kill. Second kill since I paused the recording. Let's take a look at back where I am. So what did I do? Well, I ran away because that's the sensible thing to do. And it looks like 2 of them ended up eating the torpedo. Now we did detect.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 101.
We did detect 3 torpedoes pursuing me. Looks like they're operating in extreme range, because look at this. They've not managed to reach me.
Rig ship for
Let's
ultra
get my
quiet.
speed down again. So as if you look at the map, you see where I basically slowed down and turned north and detected. Well, that torpedo to my south was kind of threatening, let's just say. But now there doesn't seem to be anything threatening me.
Come left to 000. Helm
To
aye.
get 2,000 yards away from me at that range is pretty scary.
Con helm. Steady course.
But it's not got the range to be able to actually get me, so, yeah. Oh well. Then it blew up. So I'm operating their extreme range. Now this is the...
Con sonar. Regained contact on Sierra 3 bearing 091.
I think this is the range where I really want to stay. Now, as they approach me, sure, they're going to be able to reach me with the torpedoes, but I should see them coming if I keep at this profile. Let's actually get a little less deep. Let's get down to 300 foot, or up to 350
Make
foot.
depth 300 feet. Dive by.
Quick scan of torpedoes. So here's one following, and oh yeah, that's the one that's heading towards the shallower water. He's still on the way now. He's going to run into the terrain at some point, but okay. So one of their torpedoes. That's it. So there's just 2 in the water right now. Okay. For what it's worth, I'm going to go ahead and watch this. He's still in the navigation mode.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 104.
Looks like there's a... Yeah, there's a submarine somewhere there in that vicinity is getting spooked by my torpedo. I get up to 100 foot. We can fire another torpedo in that direction.
100
But right now,
feet,
let's just
dive
watch
by.
this torpedo. Okay, it's now in a quick
Con
search
sonar,
mode.
noisemaker, bearing.
Oh, it got
1,
something.
0,
Oh,
4.
look at that. Oh, we may have just made another kill here. That's pretty epic. Yeah, I love the Mark 48 for this kind of thing. That's probably a diesel electric. Oh, it might be a Han actually. It's probably a diesel electric. I don't know what it is. It's a Han, I think. Because look at this. It's
Dive at 100 feet, dive
it's
by.
maneuvering. I'm going to go ahead and get another torpedo out towards this area here.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
We didn't lose the wire, thank goodness. Okay, so let's see what. This is the one that's pursuing what I think is the.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra, 7. Last bearing,
It was
1,
the Han.
0, 9. Contact breaking up.
Well, look at that. These guys never even saw that coming until it was too late. Now, that launch I've just made, I'm surprised I haven't had a whole bunch of activity from the enemy. I really don't want to change too much where this torpedo goes to, so I don't want to forget where it was. So let's put the target in the center of the screen, and we'll play around with its course. Okay. Because if they do follow back where the torpedo is, where it comes from, they're going to head it right back towards me, and that's not good. That's probably good enough. Okay. Okay. I'm going to watch this torpedo. Yep, still in that navigation mode, still plenty of time there. Okay, well, I'm not going to watch it that much longer. Get myself down to 300 foot again, and
Passing 200 feet.
yeah, I'm very happy
Passing
with
300 feet.
how this is going so far. I've not really been threatened by the Chinese. We've taken out a few of them. Of course, it's a patient game because a lot of slow speed maneuvering.
Come right to 053. Helm aye.
It takes time to cover the distance, even with
Con,
accelerated time.
helm, steady course.
But we might be able to encourage a few more of the bad guys to emerge from their hiding places with this torpedo. I think there's one in this vicinity. Okay, so that sounds like something's fired. I don't see it, but can we see anything here? Again, we kind of lose some of the immersion. Well, we see 2 destroyed submarines, at least. Anything to south? No. Okay. Keep this thing going. Has 11 minutes left of fuel.
Con sonar, regained contact on. Sierra, 5. Bearing, 1,
Okay.
0, 5.
Where's the kilo? What does it see? Oh, lots of wreckage. Lots of wreckage. And I would have hoped my torpedo heading towards it, but not yet. We know. Well, that little wheeze means we know it's further south. So go ahead and do that. Put it into attack mode. Okay. So we only see one contact, so 280 puts it. You can see my torpedo is quite a distance away, and YouTube might remove that, but. Okay, I'm going to run my torpedo pretty much straight forward east, and let's see if we can catch this guy. So let's accelerate time. Okay, I think he's turning further north.
Con sonar, regained contact on. Sierra, 3. Bearing, 0, 9. 4. Con sonar,
there he is.
noisemaker bearing. Con sonar, noisemaker
So,
bearing.
a bit of a
1,
wheeze
0,
in
3.
the sense that I used a technique that you wouldn't be able to see normally.
Con sonar, Sierra 1, 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
Let's go ahead and turn back. I really want to kill this guy. I've got 5 minutes left of fuel, so...
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Okay, his noisemakers are really interfering with the torpedo, but that's alright. Let's see.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Yeah, nothing else has got the sensors to be able to detect me right now. And I'm pinging this guy actively, so we're going to get a reading of where he is exactly, but we already know. My torpedo now is locked on, but it was struggling to lock on. Helos have got anechoic coating on them that absorbs sonar. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure that got a nasty surprise with this improved kilo. I think he'll noisemaker again, and it might throw off the Mark 48, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it manually to the south, like so, and then we'll send it right back at him like this. So it'll be more of a head-on shot. He's turning away. He should change his depth, but he's not. So...
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 105. Contact breaking up.
Another one down.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 088. Contact faded.
And everyone else has gone quiet. Okay. Right. Well, yet again, I'm gonna pause the game. We're gonna let things keep going, and I'll be back when we've got a bit more train. I think we know that they're pinging us, but I don't think they can detect us, and we certainly can't detect them. So, I'll be back. Now, I was all set to say, yeah, I'm gonna call her for this one, but we've just picked up Sierra 3, and quite a bit closer than we thought, so I'm just turning away. We're turning away a little bit, but we want to try and get a better coverage from the towed array. Let's go back to accelerate time.
Con, helm, steady
Let's
course.
see. I think it's getting closer. We're reckoning 7,000 yards away. We'll get a bit more
Con sonar
details.
regained contact
Okay.
on Sierra 8. Bearing 141.
I wonder if we can see Sierra 8. Well, this is not... No, this is Sierra 3. Okay, I don't want to see Sierra 3, but never mind. We see ourselves. No. Okay. Well, look at that. I think, well, if Sierra 3 is there, that would not surprise me that the Ming and the Song are also fairly close, because they were little gaggle of buddies there.
Come right to 090.
Which
helm
means
aye.
if we fire upon the Sierra 3, 6,000 yards away, estimate.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1. Bearing 109.
There he is.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2. Bearing 098.
If we fire upon this guy, I think we're going to draw the attention of everything else. And that, if we wanted a bit of excitement, this is what we're going to get. But I didn't necessarily want that kind of excitement. Same depth as me. So, yeah, interesting. This little turn of events. I do want to fire upon him. I do want to take care of him. I think everything else has just decided that they've given up the chase.
Come
maybe.
right to 163. Helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
I wonder if we want to fire now and bring out. Well, if we were playing cards, I'd say bring out your dead. Let's go ahead and fire.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
No reaction. Very surprised at that. Okay, got a reaction.
Con sonar regained
what do you know?
contact on Sierra 1, 2, bearing 197.
There's more of them. I figured that was the case.
Come left to 089. Helm aye.
Where is Sierra 6? Sierra 6 is suspiciously absent from this right now. So if I would not be surprised if Sierra 6 at this song, and they're a quiet boat, if this song is sneaking around somewhere else. First things first, I really could do with killing one of these guys. Ideally, there's the Ming, because he's fired up on me and therefore has a wire out on me. Anyway, faffing around at 5 knots is not going to help, but I really wanted to see where the other guys were. Let's just go ahead and ping active.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Because right now I've not got anything to lose. They know where I am. Okay, there's the Ming. He's running away. We just have the one. There's another one we don't know where. Aha!
Con, helm, steady course.
Oh, I said, I bet the Sierra 6 is some. I might be split between foes here. That's not good.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
Alright.
Come right to.
Right.
Con sonar launch transmit
Finally,
from
Sierra 3 is
Sierra
firing upon
3.
me. It's a bit late to the party, I think. For what it's worth, we're going to get another one of these Mark 48s out.
Con, fire control. We've lost
And let's
the...
mount like a tree and get out of here.
Make turns for 3 knots.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Come right to 111. Helm aye.
Con sonar switching to passive search.
I may be
Passing 400
very
feet.
much in a crossfire here that I don't want to be in a crossfire. That doesn't sound like my kind of crossfire.
Passing 500 feet.
Not in the slightest. Okay.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
Passing 600 feet.
Okay, get my depth down to 700 feet using the autopilot.
Make depth 700 feet. Dive aye.
Run our way to 33 knots, and we have 3 torpedoes out, none of which have a wire. We have at least 2 torpedoes.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, 2, last bearing 207. Contact
These
faded.
torpedoes coming
Con,
at us.
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
So risks. Well, right now, the obvious one is we have 2 torpedoes coming at me. Now, lesser obvious, but still very much a threat is, so this torpedo to the north, if it goes live and it's at the fringe of detecting whatever's out there, and it's
Con, dive at 700 feet. Dive aye.
a much different depth to what the torpedo's at, it's going to spiral up or spiral down. And when it spirals, it's going to turn its sensor towards me, and it might detect me. And if that happens, I'm in trouble. I can see that the Ming's torpedo is still wire-guided. See how there's that little
Con
kink?
maneuvering. Making turns for 3.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 205.
There's a little kink. Oh, that's a bit obvious as well. There's a little kink at the end of its sensor range. Now I'm going to have to double back on myself.
Come left to 291. Helm
I think
aye.
I'm going to catch this torpedo.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 207. Contact is in the
Although
baffle.
the Ming has not.
Con sonar regained contact
Changed
on
its course
Sierra
yet.
3, bearing 206.
So we're not.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 215.
So we're notching it, but that takes me a little closer to the Mark 48 to the north. And I don't know how good the torpedoes are on the Ming. Let's take a look. What have they got?
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 202.
No, I hoped that we would have escaped, but it looks like the Ming still has its wire on it. So I'm going to take another.
Con sonar lost
Still
contact.
following me.
Sierra 3, last bearing 20.
Come right to 100. Helm aye.
I'm I'm in trouble because
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 203.
so this Ming has still got the wire on it, and I haven't been able to threaten it.
Con, torpedo.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water,
Okay,
bearing 181.
Okay, so now this torpedo is
Con
spiraling
sonar,
around.
noisemaker bearing 216.
Getting a noisemaker off. I'm gonna get up.
Passing 600 feet.
I'm in danger of getting
Con sonar, we are
catching
cavitating.
something, whatever happens.
Con, helm, steady course.
Passing 400 feet.
We're trying to get up to periscope depth,
Passing 300 feet.
but I'm gonna struggle with this, I think.
Passing 200 feet.
Yep.
Con
It's on
sonar,
me.
torpedo in the water, bearing 227.
Both of the wrong way, and we broke the surface. Yay!
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 207.
Okay, well, at least we're still cracking on at 30 knots. Okay, so looks like we did enough to get one of these torpedoes to change its mind about tracking me temporarily, which is nice. But not the second one, so it's turning around. Let's see if it reacquires me.
Con sonar,
I expect it
noisemaker
will.
bearing 221.
It hasn't. Look at that. Okay, so it's circling, which means I want to try and deploy my knuckle when it's not looking at me.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing.
Con, knuckle
Like
formed.
that. And the reason why is we may fool that torpedo to the one that's tracking me and is now turning away. Great, but the other torpedo circling will detect the
Con
knuckle.
sonar, lost contact.
Have
Sierra
a go at
3,
me.
last bearing 211. Contact is in the
So I
baffles.
want to increase my range as
Con
much as I
sonar,
can.
regained contact on. Sierra 3, bearing 211.
And not knuckle within sensor range of this circling torpedo.
Con, knuckle
Now
formed.
ask me why I do this, and I'll explain why I've learned, or how I've learned the hard way. Alright, we're heading right towards a threat, which is dead ahead of me. Okay, and of course this torpedo is getting close behind me, so we'll go ahead and turn away again. I think I want to get my depth down. If I can.
Con sonar, noisemaker.
Con, knuckle
Let's
formed.
go ahead and go for depth.
Passing 100 feet.
And that's only because it's going to reduce the noise that I make, which is useful.
Passing 200 feet.
Alright, let's crank it on, turn it up
Passing
left
300
again.
feet.
Now here's the dangerous part.
Passing 400
So
feet.
this torpedo is right on me,
Passing 500
and if
feet.
I do anything
Con sonar, no longer
like a
cavitating.
knuckle, it's going to detect it. So I'm going to have to do it because changing my depth is going to help, hopefully.
Con, knuckle
There's a
formed.
knuckle. Right, that worked right now, but did the circling torpedo detect this? I don't know yet. Okay, thank goodness we guessed it the correct way.
Come right to 105.
Okay, the circling
helm
torpedo
high.
did not detect that knuckle. Okay. So we don't detect whatever it is to my north. That's
Con, knuckle
hanging,
formed.
but we do have a Mark 48 heading in this direction, so it's possible that we'll be able to threaten this guy. We might detect him from where he drops his noisemakers.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 231.
Yeah, nothing yet. I'm not too concerned about this circling torpedo now. I think
Con, knuckle formed.
it's had its chance and it's not interested in following me right now. So I'm good with knuckling when it's within sensor. I think we're okay there.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, 2, last
You got
bearing
Sierra 12,
2,
okay.
3, contact breaking up.
That's good to know.
Con, knuckle formed.
So just that contact to my north, which we'll tackle with when we've evaded this torpedo following me right now. And I think it's going to follow me all over the map.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay. Keep knuckling it away. Another knuckle. Oh, actually, no, not yet. Okay.
Con, knuckle formed.
I need to keep away from the circling torpedo. It'd be embarrassing if I wandered into it. Let's do a numpty shuffle and we'll reduce our depth and head north. Get above this torpedo.
Come left to 0, 0, 0. Helm aye.
So,
Con
there we go.
sonar. We are cavitating.
And, let's go ahead and reduce my
Con
depth
helm.
because
Steady course.
I don't need to be crazy. Just need to keep out of its way. So we managed to reverse our
Passing 500 feet.
course went over the top of it. It's going to pop round again and detect me. There we go. So we'll knuckle it away.
Con, knuckle formed.
Yeah, and that was able to work there. I'm going to increase my depth. And we don't knuckle. We don't cavitate even.
Passing 6.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
Go. Yep, and we're heading away from it, heading right towards whatever's up there. This pinging that we can't detect. Then again, there's not much we can detect at 33 knots.
Con, knuckle formed.
Another knuckle.
Passing 700 feet. Con, knuckle formed.
Did not really want to exceed my test depth, but we did. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah. If we get hit below test depth, we might get destroyed. But, oh, there's still a contact to my... Oh, between
Con,
Sierra
knuckle
3,
formed.
Sierra 12 and Sierra 8, there's still something down there. That's interesting. So I'm actually sandwiched between torpedoes, between submarines again. That's very interesting.
Make depth 700 feet. Dive high.
So when I thought it was all over, and it's really not.
Con, knuckle formed.
And there we go.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay.
Passing 700 feet.
Depth to 300 feet.
Make turns
Bring
for
the speed
0
down.
knots. Maneuvering aye.
Like
Make
so.
turns
Okay.
for 5 knots.
It's
Maneuvering aye.
M4 to the north. Wow, he must have gone the long way around. Okay, I'm impressed at that because he was just the far side of the island where we killed Sierra
Con
7.
sonar regained contact on Sierra
Wow.
1, 2.
Well, there
Con
we go.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
Okay, well, let's get the sonar crew time to catch up on this guy. Let me go ahead and pause the recording. I'm going to take a comfort break. I've been playing this game for quite a while now. So I'll pause the game, I'll pause the recording, pause the game, I'll be right back. Well, that was a turn over the books. I might have forgotten to pause my game, and I've just returned, and lo and behold, the Han has been killed by that Mark 48 shot. This is why you don't discount the Mark 48. You let it loose, and look at that. It's killed it. And he's got a torpedo streaking down quite streaky now. It's got a torpedo coming down in navigation mode. That it's got no chance of getting me. And we know that there's still 2 contacts out there, but that's all we know. We don't know anything else. So I think one of them's gotten behind me.
Come right to 178, helm I.
Must be both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn south and accelerate time and see what's going on, because that was a bit of a surprise. Well, I mean, one, I didn't pause it, but it's never a good thing not to pause it.
Con, helm, steady course.
So at this point, I might have one either side of me, and I could be in a crossfire here, as I don't know where Sierra 6 or Sierra 14 are. They're both songs, they're both fairly quiet boats. Yeah, that torpedo did nothing. Well, I suppose he sent it down the way that the Mark 48 was traveling. I'd spent the last 20 minutes maneuvering to avoid a torpedo. It makes sense he fired it at something. I've got 8 torpedoes to kill 2 contacts if I can locate them. I don't know whether we'll be able to.
Come right to 269, helm I.
Well,
Con, helm, steady course.
against my better judgment, I think I'm going to call it for this video. We've killed 13, and we know there's 2 more out there. This would be an even longer video if I attempted to hunt down those last 2. So I'm going to call it. Let's just suppose that I would take care of them if they came to me. Now, I might lose my boat. I shouldn't, but I might. But I think it just goes to show that, certainly against the PLA Navy in the year 2000, that the Skipjack has been very effective. Now, this doesn't record what weapons kill what. It's a shame. But the most kills at that Mark 52 could have accomplished is 1. And I think it did get something, but we don't know for sure. Okay, well, I hope you got something from that, other than watching me float around for a while and managing to sink everything that came close. We were threatened by 1 torpedo that one time, and that was it. So yeah, I think long live the Sculpin, long live the Skipjack-class. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. See you the next time. Goodbye.